Imagine a luxury SUV so advanced that it seems to have arrived from the next decade, yet so unmistakably Audi that one glance tells you exactly where it belongs. This is the 2027 Audi Q10 Vision. Performance, technology, comfort, and visual drama should never have to compete with each other. From its sculpted front face and razor-thin lighting to its intelligent cabin and commanding road presence, the Q10 Vision is designed to make every journey feel like an event. Welcome to Prime Car Culture, and today we are taking a detailed look at a vision of the Audi next generation of premium mobility, exploring the design, the cabin, the technology, the performance philosophy, and the details that could make this SUV one of the most exciting luxury vehicles of the future. The first impression begins with the front end, where the Q10 Vision creates a powerful identity without relying on excessive decoration. The broad Audi single-frame inspired grille treatment sits low and wide between sharply sculpted body surfaces, giving the SUV a planted and confident stance. Instead of looking bulky, the nose appears carefully engineered, with every line directing attention toward the center of the vehicle. The grille area is framed by precise surfaces and subtle illumination, creating a technical appearance that feels more like a high-end piece of digital equipment than a traditional SUV. Up close, the front grille reveals a sophisticated pattern that adds depth and character. The dark geometric texture is surrounded by clean metallic detailing, while the Audi emblem sits prominently at the center, reinforcing the premium identity. There is a sense of precision everywhere you look, from the tightly integrated sensors to the smooth transitions between the grille, bumper, and hood. Rather than simply being a decorative feature, this front section visually communicates efficiency, intelligence, and aerodynamic intent. Above it, the headlights deliver one of the most dramatic signatures on the vehicle. The lamps are extremely slim and carefully shaped into the upper corners of the front fascia, producing a sharp expression that gives the Q10 Vision an almost predatory character. Their internal elements appear layered and digital, suggesting that Audi could use lighting technology to create signatures based on driving conditions and unique driver preference. During daylight, the DRL signature becomes the visual fingerprint of the SUV. A crisp line of light traces the front corners with a precise, almost architectural appearance, making the vehicle instantly recognizable from a distance. As evening arrives, the lighting becomes even more impressive, with a clean glow emphasizing the width of the Q10 Vision, while helping it appear lower and more athletic. Moving around the side, the proportions reveal a carefully balanced combination of SUV strength and grand touring elegance. The hood stretches forward into a long, purposeful nose, while the roofline flows smoothly toward the rear rather than dropping abruptly. Strong shoulder lines run along the body, catching reflections as the vehicle moves and giving the metal a sense of motion, even when the SUV is standing still. Large wheels fill the arches perfectly, adding a muscular stance without overwhelming the elegant design. Once activated, they extend with a subtle movement, preserving the clean surface while providing a satisfying premium touch. The Audi emblem becomes another important detail as the exterior surfaces flow toward the rear. The four rings remain instantly recognizable, but on a futuristic flagship, they become part of a larger visual statement. The emblem can appear illuminated or subtly contrasted depending on the imagined specification, adding a refined focal point without making the design feel flashy. At the rear, the Q10 Vision becomes wider, more stable, and visually sophisticated. The rear shoulders stand firmly over the wheels, while a full-width lighting element stretches across the tailgate and creates a distinctive nighttime signature. The rear taillights appear as a continuous digital composition rather than isolated lamps, giving the SUV a broad and technologically advanced appearance. Their crisp graphics can communicate braking and turning information with exceptional clarity, while also giving the vehicle a signature that could be recognized instantly from blocks away. The lower rear section is equally clean. Because the Q10 Vision represents a future-oriented luxury concept, visible exhaust outlets may not be part of the design, particularly if the vehicle follows an electric performance direction. Instead, the lower bumper remains smooth and aerodynamic, with carefully integrated trim and airflow management creating a premium finish. This approach makes the rear look quieter and more modern while leaving the visual focus on the lighting and sculpted bodywork. Step inside, and the biggest transformation becomes immediately obvious. The cabin is designed less like a conventional SUV interior and more like a private technology lounge. The graphics are sharp and modern, while the information hierarchy is designed to keep the most important details within the driver's natural line of sight. The central infotainment system becomes the command center for the cabin. A wide, high-resolution interface can provide navigation, media, vehicle settings, connectivity, climate functions, and personalized controls. The screen is designed to respond quickly and intuitively, while voice assistants can reduce the need to reach toward the display during everyday driving. The system could also integrate predictive functions, learning frequently used destinations and preferences, so the vehicle feels increasingly personalized over time. Below the main display, the center console combines storage, charging, climate controls, and carefully positioned touch or physical interfaces. Rather than appearing crowded, the layout emphasizes open space and clean surfaces. A compact gear selector can be integrated into the console or steering area, freeing additional room for personal items and creating a more lounge-like atmosphere. The front seats are shaped around long-distance comfort, but retain the supportive structure expected from a performance-oriented luxury SUV. Deep bolstering can hold occupants securely during cornering, while adjustable cushioning, ventilation, heating, and massage functions could turn long highway drives into effortless journeys. High-quality leather, sustainable alternatives, soft-touch materials, precision stitching, and brushed metal accents work together to create a cabin that feels expensive without becoming unnecessarily ornate. Every touchpoint is intended to communicate craftsmanship. The door panels continue this premium treatment, combining layered surfaces, subtle ambient lighting, metal or wood-inspired accents, and carefully stitched upholstery. Open the door at night and the cabin takes on an entirely different personality. Ambient lighting traces the dashboard, doors, and console with a soft glow, creating depth without becoming distracting. The entire cabin is designed around the idea that luxury is increasingly measured by how effortless everything feels. That philosophy continues when the vehicle begins moving. The exact powertrain of a future Q10 Vision would depend on Audi's final production strategy, but its character can be imagined around high-output electrified performance, instant torque, sophisticated all-wheel drive, and precise electronic control. If Audi develops this vision as a fully electric flagship, multiple motors could provide immediate acceleration, while intelligent torque distribution continuously adjusts power between the axles. The result would be strong launch performance without sacrificing the composed behavior expected from a luxury SUV. An electric architecture would also allow Audi to package the major mechanical components low in the vehicle, helping lower the center of gravity and improving stability. Instead of feeling like a tall vehicle that is being forced to behave like a sports car, the Q10 Vision could feel inherently planted, with the battery structure contributing to rigidity and the suspension managing the mass with remarkable control. Open the front service area, and the future-focused engineering becomes easier to appreciate. In a fully electric configuration, there may be no traditional engine bay in the familiar sense, and that is an important distinction. Compact electric drive hardware, power electronics, cooling systems, and other components can occupy space that once belonged to a conventional combustion engine. Audi could use that freed area for additional storage or engineering packaging, depending on the final architecture. For viewers expecting a traditional performance engine, the absence of a large gasoline power plant would represent a major change, but the performance objective would remain the same. Instant response, strong acceleration, stable handling, and a refined driving experience. If a hybrid configuration were selected instead, the engineering could combine a high-performance combustion engine with electric assistance, giving the Q10 Vision a different personality while preserving the instant response associated with electrification. Either way, the key objective would be seamless power delivery. The Q10 Vision should feel effortless when cruising, but when the accelerator is pressed, it should respond immediately and decisively. Acceleration would likely be accompanied by a controlled, refined sound rather than the raw mechanical noise of older performance SUVs. The driving experience would depend heavily on suspension technology. Advanced adaptive dampers, air suspension, rear-wheel steering, and electronically controlled all-wheel drive could work together to make the Q10 Vision surprisingly agile for its size. At low speeds, rear steering could reduce the turning circle and make city maneuvering easier. At higher speeds, it could improve stability during lane changes and high-speed curves. What we can clearly appreciate is the direction: more intelligent design, cleaner aerodynamics, stronger electrification, richer materials, greater digital integration, and a driving experience that remains engaging despite increasing levels of automation. Ultimately, the 2027 Audi Q10 Vision is compelling because it does not try to predict the future by simply adding more screens or more power. It imagines a complete vehicle where every system works together. The exterior communicates confidence before the doors even open. The cabin surrounds passengers with craftsmanship and technology. The powertrain promises immediate response. The suspension combines comfort with control. The lighting creates a recognizable identity after dark, and the digital systems are designed to disappear into the experience rather than constantly demanding attention. If Audi turns this vision into a real flagship SUV, it could become one of the brand's most important statements of the decade. It would show that luxury does not have to mean excess, performance does not have to mean noise, and technology does not have to mean complexity.